I need is whiskey, Texas, and you.
All right, well, welcome back to Whiskey, Texas, and You, Whiskey Wednesdays. We got a special guest today. We got Brad Jenschke with us.
I'm excited.
He's the Rockstar Rancher, and if you guys have paid any attention to his music, then you know that this guy's pretty amazing. Of course, I'm Chuck Wimer and Thomas Jones.
Thomas.
And Brad Jenschke. Nice to meet y'all.
Brad, tell us what you've been doing, man. What's going
Oh
on?
man, I'm taking this month off of touring with music and stuff, and I'm just sharpening the sword, figuring out things to do, Spotify, getting my new release ready. I got another song coming out, and that's going to be in February.
Nice.
February 17th, actually. And the reason I chose that date was because I wrote that song exactly 2 years prior to the date, during the winter storm in Texas, when we had all that snow and no electricity and all that.
Yeah.
I wrote that song by candlelight, and it's called The Hardworking Cowboy. And it just kind of talks about what we were struggling through, out there.
Yeah.
It was cold, and there was ice and snow, and we had cows to feed, so we'd feed the cows. We'd build brush piles and burn them for them so they'd have warmth, because Texas cattle aren't quite used to snow and things. I mean, that was
No.
I've only seen it snow twice in Texas before, and that's back when I lived in North Texas.
Texas people ain't used to that either.
Yeah. But that's really just depicts the feelings and the emotions I was having at the time when we were fighting through that winter storm. So.
Well, that's good, man.
Yeah,
But
great.
for those that don't recognize the different backdrop here, this is not our place. This is Brad's place. He invited us out here, and
Yeah, I'm a guest in my own home, I guess.
I know. He's guest appearing at his own house. But you had a whiskey you wanted us to try.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm sponsored by Milam and Green, and so I get plenty of whiskey every time I go up there, and I play the shows for them, and I usually walk away with a bottle or two, depending on what I need it for. But yeah, this is Milam and Green's rye whiskey, and it's port finished rye. Most people aren't big on rye whiskeys, but I love this one. They finish it in port barrels, which is the barrels that have had wine in them before, and then they come back and they finish off this whiskey in those barrels. And most people, like I say, aren't big on rye, but I really enjoy this one.
If you've ever seen me opening the whiskey bottles, you'll notice that he's very good at opening his own. He must have opened this bottle a couple times before.
What are you trying to say about my drinking habits?
I'm just saying that we usually have to edit out because I can't seem to get the bottle tops off.
Yes, sir. So.
All right. Well, Milam and Green. We're going to go ahead and give this one a try. Oh, I can actually smell this one for a chance.
There's a full bouquet on the nose.
It's beautiful.
Is that what they call that?
I don't know. They have all these. There's these. You should send them the links, Chuck. There's these two ladies, and they get them in it's like 7-8 minutes on one, like that for 5 minutes. And then they take a sip, and they go kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's very strange, man.
Swishing around like it's wine. It's like, I don't think you're supposed to do that, but I don't know. What do I know?
She probably has no bacteria in her mouth and swishing all the whiskey around.
No.
Oh, God. Very clean teeth, probably.
I like it.
What do you think, Thomas?
I like it a lot. It's got definitely got a little bit of a different flavor.
Yeah, and it doesn't really punch you in the mouth either.
No.
It's
really smooth,
really nice, soft. You could sit here and this is probably what they're drinking on the Dutton Ranch in those shows, right? It's just sitting there. It's just nice, calm whiskey. Yeah. No bitter beer face or anything afterwards. Just really. I like their packaging. Right, because a lot of the bottles you see, they have kind of the same, the Rebecca Creek or the Crown Royal. They got kind of that wide face, and it's a real skinny bottle. But I like this. This is like I don't know. This takes me back to the pirate days, right? I expect to see some rum coming out of this or something. But
why is it always gone?
Yeah. So I think that's a winner, man. That might be up there in that top 5.
I like this a lot.
Probably too much. So you got a song for us this week? What do you got?
Yeah, we're gonna do "She Drinks Merlot" by J.R.Herrera.
Good man, love that guy. He's a buddy of mine. He may not know it, but he's a buddy of mine. What do you think about the song?
I liked it a lot. I really liked the kicks that they put in production, and your producer Mac Damon did his track as well. And I really liked the way they handled that. And in the verses, they kind of have this theme, and they kind of transfer that over to the chorus as well, and behind the music. And I think that ties it all together, and I like that. And I really like the way the acoustic guitars are mixed in the intro part. It kind of brings you in nicely to the vibe of the song. So
yeah. Now, one of the things I notice is for lyrically, J.R. He's got some really nice lyrics that seem to tie all of his songs together. Like you could pretty much gather up a story from the songs that he's released, and I've heard a lot of his stuff live too, where a lot of his songs basically you could put them all in a movie together and they would fit. Lyrically, he did a great job. I think that there's not too much that he could have done better. I don't think. I think he did a fantastic job with the song. But what did you think, Brad?
Man, just a fantastic job on the production. I mean, it's a very lyrically intense song, and the music doesn't cover up anything he's doing. It's not overbearing. It's just a perfect blend of, I think he had 3 major lead instruments there. He had piano, and then acoustic guitar and lead guitar were kind of the ones that rose to the top. But there was never like a big riff or anything that kind of covered up what he was doing. It just made the vocals really shine through that song.
Yeah.
And so that's what I really dig about the way this song was produced.
Yeah, almost like, look, we're going to focus on the story. We're not going to overdo it with a bunch of 80s rock guitars, everybody fighting for a lead. This is a story. We want you to hear it. So.
Yeah, it was a pretty even blend of those 3 instruments, and it works great for this song.
Yeah. Well, fantastic. There you go. She Drinks Merlot by J.R.Herrera.
Like that one a lot.
And we are a little bit biased, myself and Brad. We use the same producer, so
Shout out to Mac Damon.
We're happy that J.R. finally went down to Stone Creek Sound out there in Helotes, and he started doing some work with Mac. Can't recommend a better producer in this area. Thomas, what's your name and where are you at? What do we got?
Throw it on the wall, Jamie.
On the T3R report, coming in at number 1 this week is Daryl Dodd, followed by Josh Abbott, Chad Cook Band, Casey Donahue, and Mike Ryan. And on the Texas Country Music chart, coming in at number 1 is Parker McCollum, followed by Casey Donahue, Mike Ryan, Caitlin Butts, and Cody Canada and The Departed. And on the Texas Internet Radio chart, coming in at number 1 is Chad Cook Band, followed by Caitlin Butts, Kinfo, Holly Tucker, and Jesse Robb Jr. Be sure to check out live music this weekend in the Hill Country area.
Thanks so much, Jamie. We appreciate you doing all that hard work for us. It's time for Thomas's favorite segment, Just the Tips.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about it this week, and a lot of times we forget things going to our band shows, and I was thinking that maybe a checklist would be good. So over here in the Chuck Wimer band department, we're going to be implementing a clipboard and a checklist. And I find that it's already becoming helpful because I've already made a pre-list. And we had a show where our bass player didn't check his battery on his bass. So that would be something, extra batteries. But, just all the normal stuff. But I know everybody, when we're ready to go to the show, sometimes our heads are in different places and we easily forget things we shouldn't. So
this last time he didn't even bring his pants.
Yeah, the bass player forgot his pants, but he stopped on the way.
He had shorts. He had shorts. He wouldn't run around in skivvies, but yeah, he forgot his pants this time. Yeah. Well, my tip is demos, right? So everybody wants to either be an artist, be a singer, whatever it is. Everybody wants to do stuff, but there's people out there that just want to be writers and they want to have somebody else do their stuff. One of the things that I've learned along the way, and it's not a hard and fast rule, but less is more, right? So if somebody was to bring a song to me and say, hey, I think this would be a great song for you, and it's all produced and it's in a way that a style that I really don't play, that production is going to throw me off. And I'm not going to be able to reach inside and grab the bits that would be something I could turn it into what I would do. So my tip on that is just less is more. You don't have to overdo it. Maybe get some basic chords, basic chord progression behind your lyrics, and then don't be ashamed or don't be sad if somebody wants to go back and make a few changes. So yeah, what do you got? You got a tip for us?
Yeah, man. So I get asked a lot about my TikTok page because I've got 60,000 followers, and
I've got questions about your TikTok.
Yeah, I do too, dude.
Paid to right people the money. No,
I'm not gonna lie. That's why we're here right now, is to learn how to do TikTok, Brad.
Well, good thing is, guys, you don't have to dance. You don't have to get up there and do that dancing and stuff or nothing in front of it. No, the big thing with TikTok is, instead of trying to promote your music, because it is kind of hard to actually promote the music through TikTok. So what you do basically with TikTok is tell the story of your life.
Yeah.
For me, I'm out here. This is obviously my farmhouse, 200 acres, and I'm out here every day just making hay and feeding cows and living the life of an actual rancher. That's how I got the name Rockstar Rancher. So I'm showing those things and what my everyday life is through TikTok. And when you go to post your TikTok videos, you can actually put your music as a background. Even if you turn it down all the way to 0 to where they can't hear it, it's still going to say, you know, Chuck Wimer, Whiskey, Texas, and You, or whatever at the back. And if that song keeps getting out to so many people, people are going to get curious and like, what's this? What's this sound?
Yeah.
And then they'll click on it. And so I don't recommend turning it all the way off, maybe down to like 7% or so.
Yeah.
But then your music's in the background, you're acting out whatever you're doing in life, you're telling jokes. Chad Cook is really good about this. Just telling his story or funny things that happen along the way.
Yeah.
But just be yourself, be the person you are, because this is how they get to know you as a person rather than just as a musician. And that's important in today's society. I mean, everybody wants to know about you, not just about your music. And so TikTok is a great way to do that. Post your music and the underlying part of it. You can do yourself every once in a while singing a song. I try to keep it under 1 minute where it's like one verse, one chorus. Listen to the rest of the song here. So there's a few tips.
Well, there you go. That's How to Do TikTok by the Rockstar Rancher, who's got, I don't know, it's like 30,000 or something like that.
60,000.
I'm sorry,
followers.
60,000.
Get it right,
My bad.
Chuck.
How dare you?
How dare you?
I was
This
trying
is
not
my
to-
castle.
I shall taunt you a second time.
Peasants.
Anyhow, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you go check the comments if you want to find the links for everything that, or rather the description below for all the stuff that will take you to where Milam and Green can be found, where you can find Brad's music, where you can find JR's music, and then of course where you can find our stuff. And yeah, remember, if you treat your dreams like a hobby, they're just going to stay dreams.
All I need is whiskey, Texas, and you.